Come in.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Mike. I'm with Salesforce. I'm a sales rep for them. And Sam set us up. He told me a little bit about y'all's company and figured we might be able to have a solution.
Please have a seat.
Okay, thank you. And so, thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I understand we have about 10 minutes. Is that still accurate?
Correct. I have a flight to catch.
Okay, nice. And is there anyone else that needs to join us today?
No, it'll be just the two of us.
Okay. And to respect the time, I'm just going to set down the agenda for today. All I want to do is find out more about your company, more about the current system that y'all are using, and see if there might be a solution that Salesforce can provide.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's just, before I forget, here's my business card.
Thank
If you need to email me or contact me in any way, just feel free to do so at any time.
Will do. Thank you so much.
All right. Is it okay if I take some notes while we
Please do.
talk so I don't miss anything? Okay. So talking with Sam, he told me that y'all are sell speakers to stores, and then they sell those to the end user. So how many stores are y'all in right now?
We currently have 300 non-exclusive retail dealers.
Okay, 300. And is that international, or are y'all only domestic?
We're only domestic for now. We're thinking about expanding, but that's in the future. Currently,
Okay.
We're just domestic.
Okay. And how many salespeople do you have working with these stores?
We have 29 employees total. However, we have 20 inside and outside salespeople.
Okay. And what is the current system that y'all are using?
We're currently using Microsoft Outlook, Excel spreadsheets, and we're pulling data from our accounting department.
Okay. And what sorts of challenges are you having with this current system?
We ultimately need to focus more on communicating in real time. This would
Okay.
allow us to have our sales team communicate with each other and the managers and also the executives.
Okay. And so you need better communication within the company. So with salespeople to salespeople, and then salespeople to the home base, so to speak.
Correct.
Okay. And what about communication with your buyers? How is that affected with your current system? Or what does that look like, I guess?
I would feel that our customers are left waiting sometimes because, maybe perhaps a sales member needs to wait on a response from a manager or an executive. The fact that they can't communicate in real time really just, adds on 5 seconds here, 2 minutes there, and ultimately it's the customers who's left waiting in the end. They're left waiting the longest.
Okay. So you talked about some internal miscommunication due to not being in real time. Does this cause frustration within the company?
Absolutely. Our employees are very frustrated with the fact that, one person may be waiting, it's tentative. All of their responses to the customers are tentative upon maybe 3 people's responses. We're waiting to hear from an executive who needs to hear from a manager, so they're very frustrated with it daily.
Okay. And if you address some of their frustration or concerns with buying a new system, how do you think this would make them feel? Particularly your salespeople.
I think they would be extremely relieved that they could perform better and work more efficiently. And in turn, this would affect, how they deal with our customers, which overall affects our sales.
Okay, so you have your current system. Why do you still have your current system? What do you like about it?
I really like the fact that a lot of our employees have just grown accustomed to using it. It's Microsoft Outlook and Excel. Who hasn't heard of that? So when we hire new people, it's not too difficult to teach them how to use it, I guess.
So you like the ease, it's kind of almost user-friendly because everyone knows about it.
Correct. That is a benefit of it.
Okay. So you like the user-friendliness of it.
Yes.
Okay. And do you think you might lose information when you're pulling from Outlook and pulling from Excel, pulling from your accounting department? Do you think there might be a loss there?
Absolutely. Things may fall between the cracks sometimes when we're using so many different platforms to use a message. However, I also think we might be losing information between salespeople and managers and executives. It's just too many different channels and too many different people to, put in their 2 cents to get an overall message across.
Okay. So there, I heard you talk about real-time communication and also having to pull from a lot of different areas. You would like that to be centered, easier to use. You talked about ease of use.
That would be amazing, yes, if it was all condensed into one platform.
Okay, how do you think real-time communication would affect productivity?
I think it would affect it greatly because let's say, for example, a sales member is waiting to hear from a quote from a manager who has to, get it approved from an executive. If we have real-time communication, then it's instant, and this is a quote we can instantly give to the customer.
Okay, that's good. So, how do your buyers view your current system, or how do they view your company when you're using a system that might be a little bit slower than maybe your competition?
Correct. I think that they might see us as, maybe old-fashioned, and that is something I'm concerned about with my brand image. Our competitive people are using Microsoft Dynamics and Sugar CRM while we're still here using Outlook and Excel. So I'm afraid that it makes us look a little outdated and old-fashioned.
Do you think your competition could take some of your shelf space in the stores that you're in?
Yes, absolutely. When patients or customers grow impatient and they go to our leading competitor, I'm sure this is the main reason.
Okay. So if you had a new system that allowed better communication with your buyers, how do you think this would affect your sales?
I think it would have a direct relation that would affect it greatly by increasing it.
Okay. Okay, so you're wanting a system that will allow for real-time communication, a system that has ease of use that new people coming in could pick up easily.
Yes.
And something that would allow you to communicate better with your buyers.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So I'm looking at the clock, and it looks like you're going to have to leave here in just a moment. Can we set up? Well, before I ask that, what's the current buying process here? Is there other people involved?
I ultimately have the power to make a decision. However, I do have a buying team that I would consult with if needed.
Okay, can we set up a meeting with them?
Absolutely.
Okay, can we do next week around the same time, 4 o'clock?
Perfect.
Okay, next Monday at 4?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you take that to your team, and to confirm you can email me, and I will be in touch.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, Mike.
Thank you for meeting with me.
Have a good day.
Have a good flight. Bye-bye.